Reserve time.
Oh my god, I didn't think this time would come. We're finally getting started with the cast tonight.
Radiant
I'm Niz.
team ban.
Thanks for waiting it out, sticking it out for as long as we had to wait there. We've got, we're already in the semifinals for SCS. I was going to start casting the quarters, but team ended up forfeiting, and then we got stuck waiting around for a
10
while. But we've
seconds
got Forn
remaining.
Union on the dire side, and they're going to be going up against Big Rachop
5 seconds
and the
remaining.
Fuck Squad on the Radiant side. And on top of that,
Reserve
I have a co-caster
time.
joining me tonight. And I've had Goofy casting with me the last couple days, but it's
Dire
Indy
team
Bear
pick.
tonight. Indy, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
You
Finally in game.
Yeah, you getting your resident sleeper on there for a while?
Yeah.
That was quite the wait. That was 45 minutes. Oh my god. Since I started the stream, that was a disaster.
Disaster indeed.
10 seconds remaining.
At least we know one thing. Once this game finishes,
5 seconds
we'll be set to
remaining.
jump right into the finals because that team's already waiting.
Yep.
Reserve time.
So, the draft. Pretty typical so far, I think. We've got Axe and Troll, banned out by Forn Union, and Jug and Lion. I guess Lion's... We typically don't see him banned in the first set. He typically gets through.
Yeah, usually like Venge or Batrider, but something out of the ordinary. It's not like a Meepo ban or anything.
Yep. And Bristleback's going to be the first pick for Forn Union. So, I mean, that tells me they want... Well, first of all, Bristleback isn't
Radiant team pick.
specifically an offlaner. He can be run in the mid lane, although we typically do see him in the off lane. But that does tell us a lot about their team. They're already feeling like the Bristleback is going to be a strong mid-game
Dire team
power.
pick.
And that's what he does. He wants to get the ball rolling, and then he wants to be in your face, either creating space or in your face because he's protecting someone like a sniper. But we see Big Rachop are actually going to be picking up the sniper, and they're going to pair that up with a Clockwork, which is great at both protecting the sniper, but also good at countering the sniper. So they pick that up so it's not available for their opponents.
10 seconds
Right.
remaining.
So,
5 seconds
I mean, I guess
remaining.
the Clockwork's going to be the offlaner. Sniper most likely going to be
Reserve
mid.
time.
What kind of hero do you think they're looking to pick up here? They're going to pick up a support, right? Well,
Dire
It's
team
like it's
ban.
Skywrath Mage.
there you go. And yeah, so they're going to pick up Skywrath, and I think that's going to do a good job of just still disguising their team. You can go anywhere from here, pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
And I imagine their third pick's probably going to be another support as well.
10 seconds remaining.
They need a hero to catch out the sniper,
5 seconds
because if
remaining.
they don't get someone to just jump on the sniper right away, they might have a lot of trouble
Reserve
bringing him
time.
down.
Yeah, and I think with these bans, they first have to do the opposite of that. Like, obviously, they want to get a hero that's going to be able to get to Sniper, but with these two bans, they're going to be removing heroes that stop you from getting to Sniper.
Yeah. Heroes like Earthshaker and Sand King.
Yeah, those have got to be the top two. Do you think maybe Omni Knight is a worthwhile ban this time around?
Radiant
Or
team ban.
not so
It
much? I
could
think-
be.
I think those
Just
other two
depends,
might be
Dire team ban.
a little more valuable, but the Silencer ban certainly surprises me.
Yeah. Maybe they really wanted to take Storm and they're trying to preemptively remove it. Who knows?
10
Yeah.
seconds
I
remaining.
think that's a pretty straightforward ban on the Storm,
5
regardless
seconds
of the
remaining.
Silencer ban.
Yeah.
Storm is so good at, like you said, jumping to the
Reserve
sniper.
time.
Chen.
Radiant
Hmm.
team ban.
I don't typically view Chen as a hero that would pair well with sniper.
Can help him win the mid lane even harder, I guess. Jen's just a strong
10
hero overall as
seconds
well.
remaining.
I haven't seen him played in a very, very long
5
time.
seconds remaining.
I'm sure
Yeah.
you see him played a little bit more, but
Reserve time.
He sees more play at like the highest levels because that's where his true potential is unlocked.
Yeah,
Teams actually coordinating with like the pushes and the heals.
Radiant team pick.
I feel like he needs a lot of coordination
Dire
from your
team
team
pick.
to really be
Yeah.
effective. But Spectre getting banned out, and once again, that's another hero that can just close the gap and get immediately on top of Sniper, so they remove that. And then they pick up the Witch Doctor, which I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
I don't see any.
it goes well with Clockwork too. Gives you ability to deal the full
10
ward damage with
seconds
cogs
remaining.
and a hook shot.
It's a good support too for being able to
5
zone out the
seconds
bristleback.
remaining.
Yep.
If that is an offlane bristle. So it leaves them open to kind of pick
Reserve
whatever
time.
kind of safe laner they want in that lane. But they still, of course, have the versatility to always throw the sniper there if
Radiant team pick.
they feel they don't feel comfortable with the mid matchup.
Yep.
There we go. They got the third pick was indeed a support. I got that right. And I'm always surprised to see Venge. She's either getting banned in the first set of bans or getting picked up immediately. And then
10
it's almost
seconds
like if that
remaining.
doesn't happen, she falls so much further down. And I see her in the
5
fifth
seconds
ban or the
remaining.
fifth pick sometimes, which is just really, really weird. I almost never see her picked up in the middle here.
Reserve time.
That's actually quite strange. But is that just teams that don't value the hero as much as we're typically seeing? Because she's,
Yeah, I
she's
guess,
like
I
the number
mean-
one hero, right?
Yeah, she's definitely like, the most versatile support. Just being able to do a lot of things like minus armor, increase your damage, stun, bailing out your teammates. Like
Yeah, protecting
she
your
does it
carry
all.
with the swap. And she scales incredibly well because of her aura.
Yeah,
That's kind of the name of the game recently, is all about scaling supports. Actually, that's how it's been kind of for the last 2 patches or so.
yeah. I mean, Venge is always good. Like you said, her aura, and even with her swap, like swap is never a bad ability in the game.
Mm-hmm. And it'll actually work well against Sniper too, because she could always swap the Sniper into a bad position.
Given she's got like at least level 2 swap, I'd say.
Yeah. Level 1 swap almost feels useless.
Yeah, offensively.
Yeah.
Dire team pick.
Ooh, they go with the Ogre Magi, and I
It's a
like
hero
that
that's-
pick.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen off in terms of popularity, but still a decent hero.
He deals a lot of damage for a support. He's got good, strong disable, both in his stun and his slow.
Radiant
He can
team
bloodlust the
banned.
sniper, so the sniper can attack even faster. Which is going to be absolutely ridiculous if sniper goes the typical mom build.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he's so tanky, and he's just one of those
10
bodies that's
seconds
in the middle of the fight between you and sniper.
5 seconds remaining.
And you typically don't get that from a support. A hero that can actually stand
Reserve time.
in the middle and not just die instantly.
Yeah.
Especially,
But his lockdown is good, like you mentioned, but it's not good against heroes like Ember. I mean, he has the Fire Blast, sure, but other than that, Ember can just run around the fight. So far, they don't have anything to keep him down. Or
and Ember,
other than Fire Blast, I
with
suppose.
Ember's shield, he's not going to take much damage either.
Yeah.
10
When you do get the
seconds
stuff
remaining.
off, so it's pretty much all going to come down to the sniper's right click,
5
bring down that
seconds
Ember,
remaining.
and then of course whatever their 5th pick is, which will be their safe laner.
Radiant team pick.
But I like the Ember because if that Ember can get to sniper, he's almost like 1 crit away from just killing sniper.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming Ember has a decent amount of farm. We've seen Embers kind of struggle recently. But I mean, Ember always seems like one of those heroes that just when he gets snowballing, he is just so hard
10
to stop.
seconds remaining.
But when he doesn't get the ball rolling, he almost feels like dead
5
weight for a
seconds
long time.
remaining.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a really good lane matchup to go against. Oh,
Dire
maybe if
team
it's
pick.
Templar.
I think that's kind of interesting that they chose the Templar there. I don't think it's going to be Templar mid against Ember Spirit, right? They wouldn't pick into that. It must just be the sniper mid.
It could be, yeah. Templar Assassin safe lane's sort of out of the ordinary, but I mean, they can run it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. I don't know either of those matchups.
5 seconds
I don't know most
remaining.
matchups against Ember Spirit, but I just thinking about it, I would say that Ember Spirit's going to do really well against the TA, but Sniper's going to do pretty well against the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Like, Ember probably would have had a tough time against Sniper, but going against TA, at least he'll be able to farm and probably do well in that lane.
So Forn Union just needs their last pick here, and I imagine the Bristleback is offlane with how we're seeing this shape up. And now they've actually have an interesting position as well. Do you put that Ember Spirit mid? Because you could always put it safe lane and pick another mid.
10 seconds remaining.
They could, yeah.
And they're going to go with Dusa, and that doesn't tell us. That does not tell us whether the Ember's mid or the Dusa's mid, and of course then which one's safe lane. It does tell us that the Bristleback's off lane, though. Unless they're going for some next level Dusa off lane strat, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, their physical damage output is insane. Like, their Forn Union's damage output in general is just really strong, but as long as they can keep their targets down.
Mm-hmm. Well, without further ado, there we go. That's what I was trying to say. I'll introduce the
Prepare
teams.
for battle.
We've got, on the Radiant side, we've got Big Rachop
Thanks.
and the Fuck Squad. Yes, I got it right. Speaking of Big Rachop, we've got Rachop playing the Clockwork. We've got Zerfax on the Sniper. We've got Jaeger on the Witch Doctor. We got YCJ on the Templar Assassin. And we have Trippy on the Ogre Magi.
Yeah, and both teams are smoked up going into each other's jungle. Forn Union will be featuring Chinese characters or any Asian characters, excuse my ignorance, on Skywrath Mage. Yeah. 777 on Bristle. Easy mid, easy game on Ember Spirit.
30 seconds.
Funky on the Vengeful Spirit. And at Lost Sleeper on the Medusa.
Alright, so starting items. Anything standing out thus far? I don't think so.
And other than both teams smoking and finding nothing.
Both teams actually surprisingly starting with Sentry Wards. We typically don't see that. So both teams choosing to actually get the sentries but not get a smoke.
Well, they used the smoke initially.
Battle
But yeah.
begins.
Yeah, but like not to hold on to it.
Blessings.
Both mid players get the bounty rune. Some pretty standard stuff.
And interesting, it looks like it is going to be the TA mid, and then of course everything else on the Radiant side in its typical lanes. Dire hasn't really decided yet. They're all kind of... Maybe they're going for a 4-man mid strat.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to be the case. So it is interesting. It is Ember mid with Avenge, and I think Avenge is just dropping that sentry for him. And will make her way up into the top lane. So it's safe lane Dusa.
Yeah. I think maybe Big Rachop were afraid of putting Sniper mid since he'd be vulnerable to the ganks. Like Venge Sky being a really strong roaming duo.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially they just want to leave him in the safe lane where he's safe.
Fucky needs to be...
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Never mind, they're going to be able to get around onto Rachop here. He doesn't just have cogs, but Fucky's going to be body blocking him, but Rachop's just going to get around the body block, so he's not going to take as much damage. I don't think there was any chance of a little bit of trash talking there in all chat, but I don't think there was any chance of him actually dying. That needed to be a really impressive block.
Yeah, and Sky doesn't have his Arcane Bolt, so I mean they don't have any damage coming out. He opted for his slow instead.
Well, Rachop will actually pop the battery assault, and he will throw down the cogs onto Sky, but I think he's going to be on the losing end of this trade. And I don't think this will be first blood, but...
Again, if Sky had his Arcane Bolt,
Arcane
he
Bolt, yeah.
might have died there.
You could then make the argument that Rachop wouldn't have made that play because he knew the concussive was on there.
Which doctor am
I suppose, yeah.
And we get Witch Doctor picking up our bottom rune, the illusion, and just harassing 777 back away from that rune location. YCJ also getting the bounty rune. So both 2-minute runes going to Big Rachop.
Yeah. If you take a look mid, the TA is doing pretty well against Ember in terms of CS.
10 and 5 versus 6 and 2. We're actually having a decent exchange here.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little surprised that the Ember was going for a trade there, considering he was significantly down on regen in comparison to the TA.
Yeah. He has the ability to do a lot of damage though, since TA can't really burn through the Flame Guard.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just run for its entire duration.
He's just been bottle thrown. Which, surprisingly, they haven't upgraded the courier for him, and oof. Is he gonna die here to the tower? He is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he went a little deep, and YCJ will get the first blood on the back of that. It's actually the tower that did all the work.
Yep.
And how are these offlaners doing? We've got Bristle, who's managed to get 5 CS already. That's a little surprising. Actually, Clockwork has 4 as well.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I guess more importantly is to look at the XP, and Bristle's almost a complete level ahead of the Clockwork. So I'm managing to get a lot more out of this offlane.
Yeah, it's the Radiant Clockwork. It's much less. It's not as strong as a Dire Clock. You're able to block off the creeps in the trees and get a lot more experience.
Yeah, that's for sure. It is worth noting that the Radiant offlaner typically gets a little bit more than a Dire offlaner, though.
Yeah, it's true.
And you can still cogs block the creep wave, but it's nowhere near as effective. Well, Rachop will throw it on the cogs onto Fucky, who has been trapped in, but Rachop once again taking a lot of damage. Oh, he will get the return kill. The creeps finishing that off for him. So it is a 1-for-1 trade.
Right, but since it's so early in the game, experience is what matters most, and Clock doesn't get any XP out of that, while Sky is almost level 3.
It's all about who gets the kill first.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Rachop losing out on that trade.
Bristle might go down here. No, he's fine.
Interesting that Fucky's hanging around in the mid lane now. Maybe he feels like he has to support this this Ember a little bit, or they're trying to bait in the TA. But... Oh, we actually did have a kill in the bottom lane of Zerfax, getting the kill onto Bristle.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And that was actually pre-assassinate as well.
It's just the 3 shrapnel charges. Can't run.
Was I right in saying that the supports weren't there at all?
I think there's just a cast thrown up, but mostly the sniper did work. And
No,
Fucky's gonna go down.
Well. Yeah, Jaeger got an assist there, but the Ogre didn't, Trippy. Oh no, unfortunately Fucking saying lag there. That's a little bit unfortunate, yeah. Because he was just kind of standing there.
It's a pretty interesting build from Sniper. Don't think I've seen that very often, maxing the take game right away.
Mm-hmm.
The standard builds just become shrapnel, but people used to max the take game first.
Yeah, you typically go 1-1-1 max shrapnel, right?
Yeah, or at least 3 points in it, but we'll see how it works out.
This does allow him to keep that distance away from the Bristleback, so Bristle can't really do much of anything. And
Yeah.
it does free up his supports to move around a little bit more. And they're gonna look to go on 777 here.
Oh, they don't get lucky with the
Having
cast,
Maledict, yeah.
but he's still gonna
He's still
die.
dead, yeah. Is that, yeah, I was gonna say that's a level 2 Maledict, and that's something that you don't typically see either. A lot of a lot of players like to favor that Voodoo Restoration.
Fortified.
Yeah, as of late, people have been like, it's mostly player preference. Some
Dire's
people
bottom
prefer
tower is
Maledict,
under attack.
some prefer the heal.
I've always been a fan of Maledict. YCJ. That's DD. He's gonna go in and harass easy mid, easy game a little bit there, but he's just gonna run it way back, and it's actually used up all his mana, so he's gonna have to wait for his bottle to come in, but it's already on its way, so it's not that far away.
Yeah.
But you know, we look at the last hits, and we thought this was going to be an Ember favored lane, but TA came out ahead, 38-9 versus 28-4.
The tower dive really messed up his lane, giving TA the kill on experience.
And he was close to getting that kill on TA, but he ultimately went a little bit too deep. And nice little rotation from Trippy there. Just that little engage onto the Ember. Although they didn't get the kill, they managed to force out 2 TPs from both supports.
Yeah.
And that's quite significant. That's 100 gold from each of these supports, which is a lot of gold for a support to have 8 minutes in the game. That's not something that you want to be throwing away. They do both already have their boots and stuff, so they're not absolutely poor.
But it all adds up eventually.
Yeah. Especially if it was the old TPs,
Yeah.
where it cost more than 100 gold. 135 is so much. Oh, Jaeger got a little greedy with his XP, even going for last hits in that mid lane, and they're just going to engage on him. And YCJ will TP in, but he's a little late to the party, and now they're going to try to look to turn it around onto him. But he should be fine.
He's gonna be fine.
Looks like Rachop was thinking about coming in from behind there, but we'll start going back to the top lane. And he was setting that up with his teammate about a TP, and he will force out the Stone Gaze. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Stone Gaze. And he won't be able to get the kill. Battery Assault will run short. Now Sky's here to just throw a couple right clicks and force them away. That's a little unfortunate that they didn't manage to get that kill. They really need to get 6 on this Witch Doctor, because if Witch Doctor's 6, they definitely get that kill.
Yeah. Looks like T is gonna go Blink Dagger, and he almost has the gold for it too.
Yeah, he
Just
should
one
have
more
it
last hit.
street. And he gets it. That's quite surprising. I haven't seen people anyone really go Blink first on TA in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like it's a couple patches ago at least. Everyone seems to favor that kind of Drums Yasha build.
It's all more safer, but maybe he's confident in his ability to kill the supports. Because the Sky having like 0 base armor is just gonna fall over to the TA.
Zerafax went with the Mask of Madness. So, although that is the typical build, that means his attack speed is going to be ridiculous with Bloodlust coming out from this Ogre.
Yeah. Ogre's pretty underleveled though. He's just a little bit above level 4.
I mean, he's probably got to be our lowest in the game. As I fumble over next. No, Venge is also level 4. Actually, the supports, everyone in this game is actually even. The only one is the Dusa is level 7 compared to the Sniper's 8. And Sniper's actually almost 9. And Dusa just now hit 8.
Yeah. The Blink Dagger TA getting him the kill on Ember. Double damage TA is just way too much damage.
And he has to back out here, right? He's not going to be able to chase Lucky now. He's going to back out. Rachop lost a lot of HP as well. I missed this whole engage. I was looking up at the Medusa. I was distracted.
What a disaster.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So I guess the question is now, do you feel really pressured to make a lot of stuff happen as this TA now that you've gone Blink Dagger first? Or is this not as big of a deal?
I'd suppose, yeah. But you have the clockwork, so you can just follow the clockwork and he
Dire's
hook
middle
shots and you
tower
blink
is
in
under
and just
attack.
burst anyone down.
You've got so much burst on this Radiant side. Zerfax going after the tower here. He will get the last hit.
Dire's bottom
Now
tower
he's going to hit
has
with the
fallen.
concussive. But they're not going to be able to catch him. He's so fast with Phase and Mom.
Yeah. They really need a blink dagger on someone, or they needed a hero like Storm to just close the gap.
Problem is who gets the Blink Dagger? Like, no one.
Yeah. I mean,
They
Ember
don't-
Spirit can chase him down, but he had such a rough start that it's going to be tough for him to do that.
Their initiation with how these heroes are typically played is just pretty much Bristleback walking in.
Yeah.
Or maybe Ember jumping in, but you typically don't want to lead with that. I guess the only other way is the Medusa jumping in, but we typically don't see her played like that at all. We probably won't even see her do much of anything for the next 20 minutes or so of this game.
Well, ICJ has just been getting the best runes ever on TA. DD and now Haste.
And they've had rune control this game. They've been getting a lot of the runes.
Yeah.
And that's just them starting to take over the map. As we have a hook shot into the mid lane, but immediately he will jump it back to his remnant. Not sure if maybe Rachop checked that and just thought that he didn't have a remnant down and jumped in, but he clearly did. It's really, really hard for you to get a kill there as a clockwork.
Yeah, but I mean, if the Ember has to have a remnant out to just defend himself, he's already at a disadvantage. He's not like on the map creating pressure.
And it's just your timing has to be so tight. Like you're using the mini stun. Oh wow, wasted sentry in the mid lane.
Ours.
You're using your mini stun from the hook shot to basically just give your ally time to get his stun off.
Yeah.
And it's really, really tight engage timing.
They're all just making space for the sniper, who's doing really well on farm. He's almost 2k net worth ahead of the enemy Medusa.
And I certainly think you're okay with it too. Like the fact that you're trading farm on your sniper for Medusa.
Oh yeah, sniper is one of those heroes that does pretty well against Medusa. He doesn't really have to worry about stone gaze, and he just keeps on shooting her from afar.
Fuck, he's gonna get blown up here as he does get stunned by Trippy.
Oh, look at it go!
And one more swing of the. What is it? Ogre swings. It's like a club, but it's not a club. It's like it's almost
Some
like
sort
a
of
lantern.
mace.
Man,
Dire's
like,
middle
yeah.
tower
What is
under
that?
attack.
Yeah,
Radiant's top
no
tower
idea.
is under attack. Dire's middle tower is
not
under
gonna tell us.
attack.
YCJ is going to be taking some damage here. The Mystic Flare comes out. He's getting quite low, 8 HP, and he'll actually go down as easy mid, easy game. We'll jump in. 777 will go down, but at the same time, Jaeger goes down as well. Now they're going to try to chase down Trippy. 3 heroes in pursuit here. And surprisingly, the Medusa is in this fight. And now Rachop will lay down the cogs to help out his teammate, and I think we're just going to have a complete disengage on the back of that. Well, maybe not. Rachop getting a little bit aggressive, going after the Skywrath Mage, catching him in a battery assault, and with Zerfax coming, they'll easily be able to clean up that kill.
Yeah, and the Medusa ended up wasting his stone gaze again, so it's gonna be off cooldown or on cooldown.
So we only lost 1 hero on the Radiant side, right? It was just the TA? Or
I think
did
one
the
of the
Witch Doctor
supports
go down?
died. The Witch Doctor died too.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So it was 2 for 2 in the end.
In the end, yeah.
And that's I guess it's an okay trade. I mean, if you're looking at just farm priority in terms of which roles, you're trading a support for a support. Both, well, I guess a position 5 for a position 4.
Right, but the thing is, the Medusa TP'd in and didn't get any kills, while the sniper just ran to the high ground. He got a kill. So if you look at where the farm goes, the sniper is just pulling even further ahead now.
The point I was getting to is that you lost your mid
Right.
for a kill in the offlaner, which I don't know. I think both are pretty important to just not die in a team fight this early in the game. Like they're both heroes that you can't really fall too far behind on.
That sniper's got Mom SNY. Phase boots at under 17 minutes, which is it's a really good farm for him.
And
YCJ has picked up a Yasha or a Blade of Alacrity, so most likely building that into a Yasha, and then I'm guessing eventually a Manta.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah,
is
Yasha's
under
coming on the courier for him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, Forn Union's looking for a trade here. They're going to go for the mid-tier 1.
Radiant's
And
middle
there's going to be
tower
some
is under
TPs coming out from Big Rachop to defend this tower, and that's going to force Forn Union completely back. And they didn't even deal much damage to that tower at all.
Yeah.
They got less
Big
than 500
Rachop.
damage in.
Big Rachop has all the outer towers now, so I mean they're just gaining more map control and it's more farm on the sniper. He's almost 3k net worth ahead.
Forn Union has this smoke on the Venge. I feel like they just need to do it. To use the smoke and try to get something going.
Yeah,
I
he
feel
needs
Go
he
ahead.
needs to do something.
I
He's yeah.
just feel like they're losing a little bit of map control as this game goes.
I mean the Venge is still level 5, almost 20 minutes in.
And we're gonna have a hook from Rachop on the 777. He is standing on a creep wave, so Rachop's not gonna be able to do much damage to the battery assault. In fact, with the Mystic Flare landing on him, he's gonna go down. They will get that kill on 777. Trippy will take a bunch of damage. Arcane Bolt will be flying in, but he should be fine. Instead, they're going to turn around and get the kill onto Fucky. And now, here's the Medusa, once again, using the Stone Gaze. But his team's all dead. There's just the Ember Spirit left alive, and he's going to go down here, and that's huge.
Your death was a secret I could no longer hide.
Yeah,
That
they
is
just have
absolutely-
no answer to the sniper. He just sits at the back, pew-pews everyone.
Now YCJ. Will he be able to get the Ember? Oh, he'll jump all the way to the bottom, but that will not disjoint the Assassinate that came out from Zerfax. And that effectively was a 5-man wipe.
Yeah.
And they didn't lose a single hero. So Big Rachop definitely coming out way ahead in that engagement. And they're definitely going to be way ahead in this game thus far as we take a look at the gold graph. And it's already north of 7,500 gold lead. And the XP is going to be
They're gonna
similarly.
looks like they're gonna go take Roche now too.
And you'd initially think that this is maybe a little bit risky because the Ember's going to be able to TP, but they don't really have a tower to TP to. They've got the mid-tier 2 is the closest. But even if he was going to respawn almost even 10 seconds earlier, you still don't have the Stone Gaze on the Dusa. So how can you even fight?
Has fallen to the
Yeah, he can't go into that farmed sniper anymore.
Radiant's top tower
So
is
that will
under
be a
attack.
20-minute Roche kill. And the Aegis will go on to the TA, who also has a double damage bottled right now.
That's scary.
Sniper with the gloves of haste, looking like he's building into that Mjolnir.
Yep, he's already got the Maelstrom on the courier.
I mean, you're really ahead of me on that stuff. We even have a medallion for the Witch Doctor.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I like that. They're dealing a lot of physical damage, and it's great against a hero like the Bristleback.
Yeah.
He was at 0 armor there, effectively, because of the medallion. He's at 6 armor naturally. You reduce it by 6, and...
We've also got the Meld Strike. Reduces
yeah, on
armor
top
as
of
well
it.
by another 8.
Homing in.
'Cause, 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 'c Medallion reduces by 7.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Mistakes. Not as bad as last night. I know Goofy was joking about it earlier, but apparently I was not having a good night in terms of what items and what they do and heroes and mechanics and all that stuff. But we got there. Got there. And they're gonna
I
get
just
another
don't know
kickoff.
how they're gonna fight into
Dire's middle
Aegis
tower
on TA and Deso.
Oh god,
Radiant's
Deso
top
now.
tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
They really need a miracle to turn it around.
Dire's middle
We got
tower
Ember
is
just sitting
under
up in the
attack.
top lane pushing. 777 is gonna go down here. Now Lost Sleeper will TP in. He will use the Stone Gaze, but they just kind of just put their back to her and
Radiant's top
start
tower
walking
is
away.
under
Rachop
attack.
will go down, but the Deucer goes down as well. And now Bucky, who just respawned, will walk in and die. Zerfax getting kind of low as well. Unfortunately, he's getting hit by this tier 3, and he'll go down.
Dire's middle tower
Yeah,
is
I
under
mean,
attack.
that's only because Big Rachop's just diving in all the way and the sniper goes down. With
And
giving up a
buy-
huge streak.
Buybacks are quite significant here too. We had a
Yeah.
buyback coming out from the Sky. We had one from the Deuce as well. And it's just them basically struggling to not lose the game right now. Doing everything they can to just at least stay in it in some capacity.
They caught quite a bit of gold though from the sniper dying. He gave up a godlike streak.
And you know what? Despite the Deuce buying back, she now has 2 ultimate orbs.
Yeah.
YCJ almost getting the kill there, but that is the Aegis down. And maybe that was a little careless too, the fact that they just threw away an Aegis.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Wow. The flare. We have a buckler now on the bristleback. Is he going for a mech now?
I'd say Crimson Guard, perhaps. Could be a
Oh,
map.
right. I swear I've played this game before. I completely forget about that item. It's still brand new to me. Even though it's kind of been around for a long time. When was it added? 2 patches ago? 3 patches ago?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh,
Not sure if it works against the Death Ward or not, but definitely helps against some of the sniper
Dire's
attacks,
top
I guess.
tower is under attack.
They just opened with swap to get a kill on the Ogre Magi illusion in the bottom lane.
Oh no.
And this Venge is only just 6.
At least he's got the new set, changing.
Dire's
The
top
icons.
tower is under attack.
He's also got the Immortal, so his cosmetic game
Dire's top tower has fallen.
is on top.
If this was, I was trying to make some kind of Dota reference of Dark Souls, how you refer to it as Fashion Souls, and I just couldn't find it. But if this was the version of that, then he would be doing. I like what I'm saying. He'd be doing well.
So it is a Crimson Guard on the Bristol back.
Radiant's
God.
bottom tower
This guy just gets
That was
one shot.
ridiculous.
You never could have a secret.
It's another DD rune. I mean, I swear he's been doing some praying to the Dota
Dire's
gods.
top
He even
tower
has the
is under
Mjolnir
attack.
buff on him too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Just look at this sniper. This is his machine gun in the back.
Wow, that hook shot. I felt like it went through all those heroes. Somehow it didn't find a target. They just have to play chip damage, but they're still losing on the chip as Zerfax gets the kill onto 777. Now Funky's gonna go down as well. This is it, I think?
Dire's middle barracks are under
They're definitely gonna get the set of racks in the mid lane, and do they just push tier 4s and end the game?
Dire's middle barracks.
I mean, they can play safe and go for the mega creeps. They can do anything that they
Look at the kill on
want.
Ember here. That's almost too conservative, I think, backing here. Ping just came out for the tier 4.
I mean, this game's theirs, so they can just do whatever they feel like.
Well, you mentioned it already earlier. There was really just no response to the sniper. He was just able to stand in the background and pew, 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 pew. And then on top of that, the TA then became an issue.
Yeah.
YCJ
Dyer's
finished
middle
10-1
tower
and 9.
has fallen.
It's not over, but he's 10-1 and 9 right now. It might as well be over. He's gonna get another kill.
Dyer's middle tower has fallen.
The mysteries.
And a super. Oh, we got to swap to keep him alive. There's that value in the avenge pick.
Yep.
Yeah, just
Dyer's ancient is under attack.
Forn Union. They just didn't. They didn't seem to be able to get anything done.
That hides from the unworthy.
You know, they. I don't think they came out of as far ahead in the mid lane as they expected to, or that they should have, or that was because of that dive into the first blood. The off lane, I thought the bristleback did fine, but then
Dyer's
he then ended up dying.
victory.
Eventually, his kind of sniper got a few more levels under his belt, and that I think is a difficult lane to kind of survive in. You feel like you have to play it maybe a little bit more greedily.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, but even if the Bristle gets levels, I mean, it's not going to help against the sniper. He can't really run at the sniper.
Mm-hmm. So do you think they just need to refine their draft a little bit better?
Yeah,
'Cause
maybe
they didn't have a way to really close.
maybe have some support rotation somewhere on the sniper early on, because he's kind of vulnerable. But yeah, refine their draft, and I mean, it's a pretty one-sided game in my opinion.
Yeah, I think so too. But they fifth picked that Dusa, but they never really got to a point where the Dusa could come online, like at all. And
Yeah, and even then, Sniper just deals with Medusa so well that at any stage of the game, Medusa's going to have difficulty really being effective.
Well, I think that about wraps up that one. That was the semifinals. Big Rachop and the Fuck Squad will advance to the finals. We're going to have that game coming up in just a second. Once again, I'm Niz. Joining me tonight was at Indie Bear, Dota, in the co-caster slot. And be sure to hit the follow button on twitch.tv/NizCast. Also follow me on Twitter and YouTube. Everything's NizCast. You should be able to find me if you take a look for a second. But that's thanks for the little stat pop up there, Indie Bear.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna hop into the lobby for the next game. Don't want to miss that. So hopefully you'll stick with us. In the meantime, we're gonna throw it to some music.